For students, you should definitely make the most of your student life and grab every opportunities that you can find. My name is Arman. I'm a second year at Columbia University studying economics, political science, and history.
Hi, my name is Azrina. I'm from Wangsa Maju, KL. I'm studying at Victoria University of Wellington. I'm doing finance and international business. I'm in my second year.
I'm Brendan. I am a senior year student at New York University, majoring in economics and minoring in mathematics and computer science.
I'm Sean. I'm from Kota Kumaning. I'm studying psychology in my second year. That's my major, and I'm minoring in history as well.
Art scene is fantastic. I mean, I really enjoy going to theaters. I lived on Broadway for a few months, and at one point I watched Broadway shows once every 2 weeks. So that's great, and I enjoy that very much. I think it's a fantastic place to learn and adult as well, while still lead a very enjoyable student life.
For me, I really like the people sebab dekat sini they're so nice, orang baik gila, and and it's a egalitarian society. So macam diorang tak kisah kalau if you're a boss ke, if you're a cleaner ke, they will treat you the same. What I look for in employers, I want my employer to be a good leader instead of a good boss. So like someone who will motivate me, who will treat me fairly, and macam respect my work-life balance. Yeah. So macam sebab kat Malaysia, it's really hard to find work-life balance. So I'm trying to find, kau boleh nak cari yang ada, make sure yang ada work-life balance lah.
I think for me, the one main quality I look for in employers is a willingness to guide like young ones like myself. I think that's just really important because, I mean, looking at it from the perspective of a fresh grad, which I will be in just a couple of months, what I will want the most, honestly, is like going into the first job is what I want most is for someone to be able to guide me and show me the ropes, tell me more about the industry, tell me more about the job, how can I grow from here, how can I be better. And I think this is really, really invaluable, especially for me, I think this is how I can really set the foundation of my future career to come. So I think this is definitely the number one quality I want in my employer, someone who's willing to help, someone who's willing to teach.
I noticed there is this new generation of companies. Like for example, I'm not sure if you noticed that if you're in Malaysia, but there are a lot more co-working spaces nowadays, which is this very relatively new concept, brought up mostly by the millennial generation of Malaysian entrepreneurs. And I've had the pleasure and privilege to meet these founders of these kind of co-working spaces, such as Dojo. Dojo, they do some really good work. So I can see that there's a difference now in like the types of jobs that we are getting.
One characteristic about the Malaysian job market I heard of is that it has a bit of skill mismatch going on in the job market. So I think there are people who may be trained in certain fields or certain skills, but they're not getting the jobs that match those skills. I think that's one of a big issue that's going on. Of course, there is a problem of low wage, which I think Sean and Azrina brought up as well earlier. But other than low wage, I think what's really driving this is just the fact that people are not getting the jobs that they're trained to do.
So the three things that I listed here are cultural competency, digital IT literacy, and adaptability. I think Brendan, Azrina, and Sean did a great job talking about adaptability, explaining what the term means. For digital and IT literacy, I like to think of myself as being IT literate. I'm a digital native for sure, but I don't think I am that IT literate, relative to my peers. I do think IT literacy is important considering how things are shifting, are going virtual, especially during COVID-19. And however, I do feel like there are employers out there who are not digital natives. And by having someone like me who are familiar with the workings of Instagram and Facebook, that comes in very handy. Although relative to my peers, a lot of them knows how to code in Java, C++, and all that. And at my university, Columbia University, computer science is the hot cake major right now. It used to be economics, but now it's computer science. So you can really see the shift in in terms of what students think employers are looking for. That is IT literacy.
Malaysian companies and perhaps society in general can learn from what I noticed here in the US is to really listen to the experiences and to really engage in conversations with like the younger applicants and younger workers. I'm not trying to push saying that like, oh, like the young ones know everything, and if you're above 40, like get out of here. Like obviously that's not what I'm going for. But I think the US really encourages a lot of the young ones to speak up. Like we're always being told to speak up and let your opinions be heard and express yourself. That's really, really one thing that we're always taught here. And I think it's something that Malaysia could like try to shift towards. It's kind of going off what Sean said, but like respecting like holidays and cultural practices and whatnot. Like the US prides itself on a lot of we all respect all cultures and all, which is true, which to a certain extent is true. But I think in the workforce, I've heard a lot of people complaining like they're not getting holidays for like their cultural celebrations, and even if they're getting holidays, like they're getting texts and calls, during the holidays, which is quite unheard of in Malaysia. I mean, if there's one thing I think Malaysian employees do pretty well, if it's Hari Raya, no one is calling their employees. If it's Chinese New Year, no one is calling their employees. Like, you know what I mean? They really let them. It's like if you tell them, oh, it's Hari Raya, they're like, okay, take 2 days off. Like you're fine. Don't worry about it.
For students, you should definitely make the most of your student life and grab every opportunities that you can find, because I do think that students are overwhelmed by the different things that they should have done during the student years and the kind of opportunities that are out there, and they stress themselves too much for not doing enough in their life. But that said, I do think students should also have healthy work-life balance, but at the same time, make the most of the opportunity that you get, and to be able to speak of the things that you've done during your student years, 3 or 4 years studying, wherever you're studying.
Tak semua orang tahu apa yang diorang nak buat after belajar kan. So my lecturer advised me masa study ni get the skills that you know that will be useful for you. So macam communication and etc. So I think that's a good plan for people who don't know what they're gonna do after studying. But I also think like Arman, like we should enjoy our student years. Work hard, but don't stress too much until like you affect your mental health. Like you have to take a break, chill, and like just enjoy lah before kerja nanti susah pula kan. Itulah.